navigating that, did you feel, I guess, obviously when your kids are little and young, you've got to keep them safe. You got to keep them protected. That's your job as a parent. That goes without saying. But did you feel obligated that you had to be the person to do it? I mean, was it like, again, words are escaping me here. I mean, tell me about that. I mean, where was those decisions when you and your husband are like, all right, we got 4 kids. What do we got to do about this? Somebody needs to be working. We both need to be working, whatever it is. How did those conversations go?
I mean, I think we had to visit it a lot because, my husband was in a job that sometimes took him away from the family more than he wanted. And sometimes I was with our kids a little more than I maybe wanted to be. I mean, and that's a hard thing to say out loud too,
True,
especially when the lady at Target's going to be like, treasure these years, and your kids are screaming in the cart and you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, I am, but I'm dying also, so it was messy, and so I think that we kind of, I'm super thankful that I have a spouse that kind of knew that, like, okay, I need some breaks. He would spell me, like, we're a really good team. And so I think that we just had to kind of go, okay, what's the best way to say to skin a cat, but that's a really weird story, something, but like, what's the best way to kind of work this puzzle that we have? Like, we have 4 children. Childcare for us would be ridiculous.
Another mortgage and a half at least.
Yeah, for sure. And is that what we want? Long run? No. But like, how do we still what we need as adults and not, I don't know, resent things or, and these are hard things to say, in the world of like Facebook or any of these media platforms where people, I remember, people all my home moms that were planting trees with their kids and everything. And my kids are like running, screaming through my house. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't look at social media anymore because I don't know, this is making me feel better about like just the being torn between being a working parent. And it was interesting, working parent or a home parent,
Yeah, it was definitely with my wife and I. It was a hard discussion because at the time when we had our first child, we were pretty much making the same amount of money as we're talking about financials. Brooke was at the time probably earning just a little bit more, which kind of swayed us to go, well, maybe I need to stay at home and be the part-time worker for us in our situation. And it was a tricky conversation because of a lot of factors. One, I like to work. I like to contribute. I like to, I'm a hard worker when I get into it and stuff like that. So to take a step back and go, okay, now my kind of job is now obviously raising this kid and keeping them alive and teaching them things and all this sort of stuff. And I'm sacrificing a little bit of myself on the work side of stuff because somebody needs to do that. And like you said, childcare was not an option for us. It almost, again, at the time, equated to, well, hold on a second. I could either stay working full-time, pay childcare, or I could go to part-time, and the difference would still be the same amount of money. So obviously, I'm going to go with the part-time gig.
Absolutely.
And just like you said, it's a tough conversation because you feel, especially from my perspective, I just felt guilty. I felt like I wasn't contributing enough on the work side of things and being that team player, not only to Brooke, but to like colleagues, like work colleagues and stuff like that. It's like, well, see you later. I've got family obligations. I've made relationships with you guys, but I got to take care of the family, and this is our right move. So